What's up, Go enthusiasts? I've just noticed that I'm an idiot. I actually was watching this game and commentating it all the way through to here for you, but my microphone, I was using the wrong microphone. My microphone, for some reason, picked completely inactive microphone instead of the one that I have right here. I can't believe it. So, this is a momentous game, and I got to catch it from the very beginning. It's Park Shin-won's very first game ever against Fine Art, the strongest AI in the world. They're playing 2 handicap, so it started the game. Park Shin-won has 2 stones and no komi. And yeah, they played this fight. So up through here, I think this is studied. I think Park Shin-won played this 18 because it was studied by him. But then it became very complicated very quickly. At this moment, Park Shin-won didn't want to back down and try to live with a Seki or something. So he cut, and then White killed him locally, which meant that he had to go and make a counterattack against the outside White groups. I think this is correct. Like, objectively speaking, this position is probably good for Black. Because, well, aside from the 2 stones. Like, just the local corner position, I think this is good for the Black player. Because Black should be able to counterattack both of these White groups. But it's very difficult to actually affect that sort of thing. So, oh no, Park Shin-won already resigned? No. So it became a very monstrous fight where White ended up running out here and escaping. Oh my goodness. Park Shin-won just gave up. He just gave up because he's already lost the fight so bad. He's died here, and he actually hadn't gotten on top of White anywhere. But White had gotten on top of him, and White dared him to start the ko, and in that ko, White would capture. Then Black needs to find a bunch of ko threats, and White, on the other hand, I guess the point is the Black ko threat here. White would answer it. Then Black comes back. White co-threat? Did White really have a co-threat here? Wait, what is it that Park Shin-won missed? I'm sure that Park Shin-won looked at this position and thought, oh, I can cut because you have to answer because there's no co-threat. But Park Shin-won suddenly resigns. Here, I can't believe it. No, my YouTube video. No. It's all gone. I probably just won't post this, but what the heck? Black cut, White capture, Black push, White connect, Black push, White connect here. Is that the problem? Then Black throw in Atari. It's not the problem. Surely. It must just be global. Use that co-threat. Oh, maybe White answers the co-threat here. White answers the co-threat here, and when you come back, White fills another liberty. Oh dear. Oh, so you use this co-threat, White uses this one, and then the ko is impossible to play. That's why. Ah. I can't believe it. Park Shin-won got blasted so fast because he tried to counterattack the AI, and of course the AI is too clean, never gets counterattacked. So probably the method I was talking about when I was not audible, cut and diagonal here. That was probably the way, and it would just not be sente. It's shocking because this moment must be good for Black, but then it's immediately bad for Black. I have to see in Mike how to go. How to go? What happened? Help! What did they do? So it's here. Oops. Okay. Here, pass. Here, there, 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 there. as this order. And then attach into the 2 space, into this move first, and then answer. And it should have just been cover. Ah. So at this moment, when I said Park Chung-won is like testing the waters, trying to press, it was supposed to be a bit more passive. Interesting. Oh, and my suggested living method is sucked. Oh, you can just live with more points. Oh, I'm kind of dumb, I guess. Oops. But he did not live at all. It was actually already a bad decision. It was already bad. It was not good. Wow. And then that attach was actually no good. My move is better, even though my move is lame. So after the cut and then the push, White would actually answer directly at the end of the game here. White was supposed to answer that one directly in the ko, and then use Liberty extending moves as his co-threat. Oh. Oh. And the end result is some kind of demented Seki? No, it's a demented death. Ah, that sucks. So Black realized he was gonna die anyway in the ko here when White uses these two. That's why he resigned. Yeah, he says he's still leading by a couple points even though he's dead, but makes sense to resign when you die. Against AI, you know? I thought that that one was not locally safe. It's not? Wow. I don't understand. Oh. That's sick. Okay. So the AI suggested method for the future. I mean, this is something that actually does happen, right? So I'd like to be able to play this variation too. At this point, you use the counterattacks. This looks really good. I think in my human games, using this Park Chung-won method will be very impactful. And then if they do this stuff, apparently, what you have to do now is diagonal and then die. So the idea is like, you diagonal, they descend, you play away, and then I showed this S15 sequence in my commentary when I was muted. So after that, S15 and throw in kills the group, but it kills the group really, really big. Meaning Black will just use some random Sente moves and then use the global threat that white group can be surrounded and raced. So the idea is that this group, like saving this group is not very big, when killing it is a big pain. And killing it would be a big pain if you used that one. But by doing this one, it actually made the killing a little easier on white. it sort of died harder. The liberties became lesser this way, and then it didn't. Although black cut white, black couldn't surround white on the right side or the bottom side really. So it didn't really work. White just got out. I would definitely have cut, played the co-threat, came back, and seen the white co-threat before giving up. I didn't realize the white had a co-threat down here. Meaning black can connect, and then you just play another move, and then you kill the group inside. But Parching 1 saw everything and resigned. Interesting. He's playing another game. This one is pretty late on, right? I can bet. Wow. They've played 8 games. Parching 1 has won 7. I'm going to bet on Parching 1. That was very interesting. We got a Joseki lesson from the AI. It's so hard to play against fine art when you're up by, what, freaking 20 points at the beginning? That's it. In this game... yeah, I mean, this has been kind of a disaster recording session, to be honest. Whatever. Let's take a look at this game. So Blackpink, let's see. Is Lee Ji-hyun. Very strong. Top 30 in the world. Korean non-done pro. He's actually the same age as Parching 1. Parching 1 played a game recently against Shin Jin-seo I watched live. That was disastrous. It's not a fun game. Yeah, this is the one where I'm just looking at it just now. This is a proper official tournament game. This is the one where Shin Jin-seo did something so amazing at the very beginning of the game. It like changed the way I understand pressure. Really sick. I think I should show, honestly. I don't know how to show. I can try to put it in. Yeah, I can download it here. And then put it in AI and show you in my Katago. I guess that's the right way to show it. You know what? I'm just ending the recording after this. I have something else to do as well. But I'm going to show you the most beautiful move I've seen in a while. Right here. played by Shin Jin-seo against Park Sung-won. This position right now, Park Sung-won's under attack. This looks like it's a kind of comfortable position for Park Sung-won because he should be able to save his group really well. And then Shin Jin-seo plays a wonderful move. Just pause the video, see if you can find it where it is. He played that. I mean, this is just sick. It's sick. This one means he's gonna use the weaknesses on the top side. Basically, it's displacing E18. E18 is normally this really strong move against the white shape here. But the problem is, it's not that strong for the black shape. And if black adds more power, it's overconcentrated. So black has like nothing to do. If black would defend really passively, that would be pretty bad. And if black doesn't defend really passively, now it just goes in and breaks him. And you just cut black into pieces, and using this peeping exchange. Black lived, but not really. The game is over. You can see the AI graph. Yeah, I have no idea what black is supposed to do here. This one? It's like already doomed. This one? I guess you just cower. After this, it was... I mean, it's just ruthless. Black has to trade now, I guess. Everybody knows this trade is good for white, so nobody can do it. We had to do it. Anyway, beautiful, beautiful move for pressure. Actually, gorgeous idea. So the idea is you can displace your opponent's territory moves by asking them to be thick nearby. The way you ask them to be thick nearby is you wave a weapon at them. And in this case, black had like a weakness here and a weakness there. So the most obvious things to do are all to defend this. But instead of doing that, he said, let me just wave some weapons at you and see you defend. And I can still save that group, you know, later whenever I need to. And black had like nothing to do. The AI graph there is gonna show, yeah. It was actually just unstoppable. So black, this move was the mistake. You saw that was the AI's first choice when it hadn't seen so much, right? Instead of playing that one, you had to play this way, apparently. This way, or that, or even that. But everybody knows this one is wrong, because white will just defend that. And it's the same kind of problem with this. That, I mean, the shape is really awkward, and then also white will defend this. It's just unstoppable. Anyway. Kind of Shin Jin-seo brilliance that deserves to be seen. How's Park Sung-won doing, by the way? I do have to go, but... Oh, this is big. Looks good. This looks good. Only this looks bad, but actually Park Sung-won is just gonna save himself and like... It's a little awkward, but once it's over, then black will be better. Yeah, this move was really awkward because he couldn't push because it's split shape, but you still have to go in that direction. So he's like is diagonaling back, sort of weirdly, crawling like. I get the sense, you know how awkward like Minecraft slime mob movement is. That's what the idea I get from this one. It's just this like weird hop. Wow. White could ignore it? Really? Yeah, maybe. Black. This is the obvious pressing move, so I'm sure that white was ready for it in some way, but maybe the readiness is not that clean because it seems like the readiness is going to be when black plays here, then white is just going to have to add another move. Honestly, that's not even enough. The readiness is counterattacking this black, I guess. Actually, so maybe we should cut. Yeah, cut is better. Cut is better. So the idea of cut is white is trying to save his group here with a counterattack on that group. So we're gonna try to save this group at the same time as we attack this one. Now white probably wants to extend, and then there's this interesting attach. Oh, he uses this one. So this one, the idea is, I think, also the attach, but just delayed. Trying to make sure he gets the, he actually got the white. I'm surprised that white answered that. I thought white was going to be immediately running in over here and try to force black to demonstrate whatever was happening over there. But okay, so this one with this one as well in black's pocket, this is direct sente, and then after this sente, I think black is going to cover this part, if I understand. But there's also a cutting point over here, which is not clean. I guess he's trying to use the wedge to save his group here after this cut, after he saves this. Maybe. No, he just directly saves this cutting point. That makes more sense. And he's trying to save this cutting point with the threat, not just against the wedge, but the whole thing, so that when white saves small, then he'll be fine. But the problem is white will immediate counterattack, right? Oh, white didn't do it. So there must be something going on with the reading over here. Because I was thinking this one is really strong after here, here, here. But they don't seem to respect it at all. Oh, he started with this. Oh, the problem was after here, then just black would bamboo, and then white had no way to get in. So that's why he's starting with this one, is now if black answers, then he'll go down. And if black plays this one, then... yeah, if black had played that one, then it would have been Atari, and then... actually, I'm not sure. What if this one? Atari and connect is no good, right? Maybe? Maybe you could go all the way and throw in, but no, black just lives. I'm not exactly sure what the problem was with going straight down, but... this one looks very scary for black. Now black is going to have to connect over here, I think. Because if black blocks, then they're going to see an immediate this way. Immediate wedge. So black needs to connect. And then white can use this in sente if he wants and play over here. And then black is locally dead. But may still have some life in him by killing this. So this one, after black throws in, plays here, plays the general space reducing move that he needs to play. There. Exchange that as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 liberties. Actually, black has enough liberties. Because white has to play here to kill this. And if white does, then black will be able to beat this outside group. According to my reading. Now, the only thing that could change that is if there's some weaknesses over here. Yeah. Because this shape is actually quite thin. If this could properly catch white, and you could also reduce, then that would be great. But it's not actually that easy to catch white with this shape. So we're going to see push, push, cut all the way. And then finish here, maybe. Then black needs to come back. And if he comes back here, there's going to be it already. Cut, cut. Here, cut. Oh man, it's actually very exciting. This is actually... wow. There. So he's gonna ask first. That's actually so clever. Because I was wondering how white is gonna make this work when black actually can fix that and then win the liberty race by 1 on the side. So what he's gonna do here by cutting first and then extending is ask black exactly how many liberties he's gonna give over there, and whether he's gonna get this sente or the like, or the more Aji. Basically, like, black is likely to extend here and then Hane, and then there's a bunch of Aji that white is gonna try to use to do more than just like push block, because he has this one Sente, and also he has all sorts of stuff to do in the center. So I think we're gonna see attach here now. Yeah, that makes sense. And then if black would push in here, then white will use this first. Black has to answer. And then white will use something here. And there's this thing where white is able to cut this in Sente. And then also, you know, attack these 4 stones. So black didn't have enough time, basically, to push through because of that. These 4 stones would just die, or something over here would collapse. So he had to fall all the way back. And then white has this one Sente still, but he can also block. And with all of those resources, and even some resources over here, it should be enough for white to be alive. So black fixes the cutting issue over here, otherwise he was going to die. And it was not exactly clear which way he was going to fix it, but he chooses to fix it this sort of very thick way. We're going to see Hane. After that Hane, I think white was thinking about the clamp. Which if black goes down against, then white cuts. And, oh, so cut first. Atari here. Wow, black is actually kind of getting broken. Because this way, we're going to get broken this way. Where now white can use this to link back up. So this part can die, actually. Is black just dead clean? It looks like black is just dead clean over here. So black can capture and he'll have a million liberties, but this is literally alive. No questions. Wow, this cut was a menacing move. If black had played here instead, then this Atari would have allowed white to try to kill these stones in a ridiculous co for black to ever fight. So now black must try to kill this, but it's not going to work because white can use this one, and 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 this one is trying to cover that. But there must be some way for white to use these Ajis, and then all the Ajis over here and everything. Like, white still has this one Sente, and still has some Sente over, like plenty of Sente over here. So black resigns. Yeah. There was no way to ever kill this way. Like, with this one Sente, you would already have to be like pushing in if you want to kill it. But then, obviously, just some random Sente move and some random Sente move is going to collapse. So black just died. Wow. So this worked wonderfully because white started it wonderfully with this move, showing the thinness in black shape. And then he went straight down the line with the most aggressive stuff first, forcing black to show exactly what he was going to do, to basically to choose to not Hane. Obviously you can't choose to Hane, but forcing black to choose to not Hane, forcing black to choose to not play the aggressive stuff at any point along the line. And then just by asking all these moves, which black could never respond with some aggressive maneuver, white gave himself so much thickness and power that he was literally already alive and could go back to kill black clean then. Kept his eye on the prize. Very nice fighting by white there. And I think that the main thing is, why didn't black play here? N2. If I understood that, then I would understand the whole game, I think. But I do not get that at this moment. Why not? So if after this one, white would play Atari and then Hane here, then if you connect, white would play this and kill you. So you have to go back and kill this, and then white could actually take this one, and it's Atari. You have to answer, and then white would kill it. That's sick. That is sick. So after this one, what Atari is and Hane is, and you're just dead. You're just clean dead. Whew. That is... Okay, this move was nasty. Absolutely nasty, nasty move by white. I can't believe it. That's so strong. And from here, yeah, this position, black, not already dead, but kind of already dead. There was basically no way for black to reasonably resist this white process. It was just all white's clean strategy. Very interesting. Very, very nice. Like, at this moment, it looks like the game is good for black, but then I don't see anything black can do about this whole thing, and white wins. Let's see. Let's see what AI says. Seems like black was just barely too thin and actually just collapsed. Oh, it'll be in my Fox games. Alright, let's see. Nope, this is the wrong Katago. The new Katago? Wow, when Parchung resigned, the game was even. Are you serious? Why is this game even? How could it possibly be even? AI just doesn't see that Oi has some methods. These are all just fancy forcing moves to delay the fact that this is the horizon effect where AI is like, it knows that this stuff doesn't work when it reads it, but it's like, maybe that stuff will work if I make a senti move. Obviously, these are not gonna change anything. I mean, yeah, we could even just fall back here. It's just playing all the senti moves to not admit that white is winning. So let's see, how did that happen? First, Parchung gained with this cut. This cut was very nice method, and it came from this moment. This move was slack because it let black start that method from here. Already, black is just establishing a way to save his group with a huge bottom side because he got so thick there. And then black was doing well, and then he came in a little deep. He was not taking enough care of his upper right side while he came in there. I could do alright, but just one step here where that group was not under the maximum pressure, and already black is chilling again. The funny slime drop. Yeah, attach. I don't understand why you didn't attach. You attach and you ask white, like, what shapes exactly do you want, and get some better shapes than in the game. Right. But I guess there's still a lot of danger. Probably this one is effectively somewhat similar. Yeah, I thought white was going to do this one, but I didn't realize that this was the response, and then that was why white needed to play this one. My life and death. Details are not good enough right now. Yeah, this is where it started. I told you guys, black should be leading. Like, black captured that, black should be winning. Seems like black is winning. It wants black to already start trading now. It's too much for me to believe in. But somehow this is so intense. There was no opportunity, it seemed like, for black to trade. AI says this is the opportunity. This is the moment. Wow. These methods are just incomprehensible to humans. We can't play like that. Cut here was so strong. We had to do this one and let there be this shit ko. This ko is so bad because if white wins it and kills this, then we're gonna die here. And if we play this one, white's gonna use that, and then, okay, even though we can capture the backside, this lived naturally. That's like literally already alive. They still have this sente move, And so they're still gonna like live everything. Seems like a disaster, but actually it was lesser disaster than just dying on the upper side, which happened here. The AI really wants to exchange all these. Exchange it all out and then play here, but yeah, the humans know better. It's not exchange, it's just stronger. The AI just wants to clarify it. Wow. So this moment, Park Chung-won's reading was perfect. He knew that this is not working because after that, there's nothing to be done to attack this white any further. But he didn't understand that he wasn't supposed to attack the white any further. And that this is all just a method to bail out, to give the stones and give, you know, give white a minimal gain and then still be winning. I'm sure he would go for something like that if he could see a clean method, but it's actually so hard to see, especially in Blitz, you know, fast time control, to see all the way through, like, finished method of giving up something and then saving yours, like, crumbs. It's such a hard strategy to implement low time. This is nice. This whole method is quite comfy, where if white saves everything, then at this point, white yeah, can connect to that part, but it's actually not enough liberties to ever capture that. And black managed to push through everything. I wonder why we can't just immediately play here. What's the problem? We're gonna die there. Oh, so the reason why this is working right now is we're saving ourselves on the bottom side by capturing these stones first. That's actually very, very, very difficult. Yeah, you have to be able to chase this thing straight through, and you can't do it straightly. You have to do it with this method. What? That is sick. That is sick. Because we have an Atari, we have enough time. And white can't chase this down here because we're gonna go chase them down. We have one enough. One liberty enough. Wow. So I guess I'm very uncreative with my idea that like we're just forced down into this dismal results of dying. Instead of dying with that group, you should admit that you're going to die as soon as possible and give up the limited amount. Yeah, it's sick that this kind of move can be the best, but actually it's much stronger. Like from white's perspective, you hate seeing that move much more than the active move. This game where black is just chilling, I chill here, chill there, and don't attack you very hard. This is actually the game which way is like, oh man. But it's so hard to resist pushing through, and you think the opponent, like basically, I'm sure Park Chung-won read like me. Like if they just answer here, then everything is covered. And then at this point, the cut is not very serious. Because white made us very thick there. So just being able to save like this. Yeah. After that exchange, this is acceptable. If white has to come back to live, we come back to live. This is fine. But white didn't give that exchange. White held that exchange and used this stuff first. Allowing black to do this stuff. Because anytime, if black would go too deep into this method, he could very easily end up getting counterattacked in the center. So he had to do it very carefully. He had to go through for the counterattack in this method, which is super, super liberty tight. So complicated. Very interesting. Okay, good night, guys.